this activity, I'll teach you how to create a realistic mock-up in just 10 minutes. Here's what you can expect to see on your canvas by the end of this video. You have this image attached, please work along. So what we'll do is add any photo inside this iPhone, fast and easy, through the use of smart objects. There's no additional layer in this project, it's completely flat. Start with a rectangle that has a size that matches the phone's specifications. In this case, that's 750 by 1334 pixels. I'm not an Apple fan, and as far as I know this isn't the latest model, but it'll do just fine for this activity. Please note your rectangle's size has to be on point, otherwise the mock-up won't be as good. Change its colour to red because this will help us out in a moment. Next, we'll convert it to a smart object from the Layers panel. Position it in a way that it lines up with the top left edge. Now enter Free Transform mode with Ctrl-T. Next, we'll distort the image in such a way where it will better match the phone's screen. You can use a number of options to achieve the same thing. If you want to explore some of them, right-click and play around with each one of these additional transformations. In this case, I'll use Distort through its hotkey, the Control key. This will give me a good result in no time at all. Drag these 2 points as best you can considering your zoom level. You can't switch to the zoom tool while in this free transform mode, but you can switch between 100% and fit to screen through Ctrl-1 and Ctrl-0. You can also pan around with the help of the spacebar key to get to the bottom edges. This process requires quite a bit of patience and back and forth. You'll have to hit Enter and zoom in a few times so you can match this up to the best of your abilities. I like to leave a 2 or 3 pixel gap because that's how most phones look in these mock-ups. Your best bet is to try and have an equal gap on all sides. This will likely be the most time-consuming step out of the entire process. This is why I made the rectangle red. It makes my life much easier because black on black would have been a nightmare to sort through. Okay, fast forward and I'm done. This is looking pretty good. Now double-click the smart object and let's add a screenshot of any app. I'll use this basic one in this case. As you can see, it perfectly fits because this is a real screenshot made from this specific device. This is why we used a rectangle that matched the phone's specifications. Hit Ctrl-S and close this tab with Ctrl-W. Okay, this looks pretty good, but it's a bit too bright. You can tell it's not real, but we have many available options to improve its look. First, let's drop the opacity to about 90%, so the original black screen will show through just a little bit. Next, we'll add a gradient layer style. Click on this area and choose one of the preset gradients. I'll go with this second one that goes from black to transparent. Hit OK and let's drop the opacity to something like 50%. I'll also make sure the angle is set at 0 degrees. In case this isn't looking right, you can flip it by using this reverse checkbox. Or you can change the angle to 180 and that works just as well. This part depends on the image you're working on, and it's usually a good idea to hide your smart object and see if there are any reflections on the screen in the original photo. In this case, it's pure black, so we have nothing to go on. Not a problem, after you play around with this one, go and find another image on the web and perform the same steps. Then upload it to the platform so others can see your work and give their feedback. I'll chime in as well, of course. Let me show you one last thing before we wrap this up. Grab the pen tool and check it set to shape from the top left side. Set your first anchor point here. Then follow the phone's line and click here. Now go back up and to the right side. Finally, go around to your original point. This is going to act like a glare. Make it white and drop the opacity to around 20%. If you didn't position it right, get the direct selection tool and move these points around. Nudge them into place. If you don't want it to look like a solid triangle, add a layer mask from the bottom of the Layers panel. Now grab the Gradient tool and you know what's next. Start to swipe until you get it right. My advice is you always hold Shift when you're using this tool. After a few tries, you should get your bearings. Okay, I'm happy with that. Show me your version and upload a new one too, hopefully in a different position. If it looks nice, I'll upload it to my blog and it may be downloaded by thousands of people. Remember to be patient and use the Distort mode after you've used Ctrl-T, because that will give you fast results without too many problems. Lastly, always use rectangles that are sized according to the phone's specifications. Do that before you convert it to a smart object. Okay, that about does it. Have fun!